Right. Good evening, everybody. It is Monday, the 27th of July, and my name is Danny Wells, and I am so excited to say that I am a regional vice president with Arbonne International. It feels amazing to say that. I visualized it for the past year saying that I am a regional vice president, and it felt a little bit strange, but I was like, I will be one. And now that I am a regional vice president, it feels amazing to say it. So I've had quite a lot of questions from people asking me how I got to this level in the business. So I just thought, rather than letting everybody know individually, I mean, I have chatted to some people individually, it would be just easier just to set up a Zoom call and just talk you through a bit about my journey. I won't bore you all, but I'll tell you a bit about my journey, and I'll just go through some of the tips that I've learned along the way. And I just want to say that some things that I did in my business weren't the best way, and I found things that worked better. So I'm going to go through them with you. But I will say that some of the things that I tell you in terms of tips, you might be thinking, well, she didn't do that. And you're absolutely right. In the beginning, I probably didn't do that. However, I do now, and it's how I teach people to build their business now. So I've just sort of gone through a list of how I would teach other people to get to regional vice president within the year, or whatever your time frame is. So I'll just start off briefly by telling you my story. So as I say, my name is Danny. I used to work in a really busy opticians for 7 years. Absolutely loved my job, working on the shop floor, helping people, loved everything about it. I had my first daughter, Farah. And I decided, because I'd become a parent, I wanted to go back to work part-time. So what I did was I went back to work 2 days a week, and I was a stay-at-home mum. And that for me was perfect. I felt like I had the balance right. And then 18 months later, we had our second daughter, Ivana. And for us as a family, the unpredictable happened. You always think the unpredictable would never happen to you, but it happened to us. And that was that our daughter was born with a brain hemorrhage, and she had a stroke. And she spent a lot of time in hospital. And following from that, she had to have quite a lot of hospital appointments. So like physio, speech and language, occupational therapy. Anyone that's got someone in their family that has additional needs, you'll know the sort of thing that that family has to go through. So because of that, I knew she had to spend a majority of her week going back and forth to hospital for different appointments. And myself and my husband decided that one of us would be her full-time carer. We didn't want someone that she didn't know taking her back and forth to these appointments. So one of us would give up our job. And it was me that gave up my job because my husband earned a lot more money and I worked part-time at the time. So I gave up my job, my career of 7 years to dedicate myself to my daughter, which was fine because we do that for our children. But what I found was we went from having two great incomes in our household to having one. So first of all, we were in a financial mess because we just didn't have enough money to pay the bills. And despite my husband, Ian, then working 7 days a week just to try and help pay our bills, we still never got afloat. We were constantly in debt, always in our overdraft, never even got to zero, let alone in credit. And the other thing that we found was I found myself in a really lost place. I'd lost my identity. I was just my daughter's full-time carer. And I just lost my passion. I lost my excitement. I lost that thing that you have about yourself. People would ask me what I did, and I'd say, I just look after my daughter. And I felt like I was boring. I had nothing about me, nothing to say. So I was a bit depressed and quite anxious, and I did suffer with being in a bit of a bad place. So what happened was I wasn't actively looking for something, but I knew that we did need something else. I was really aware that we needed something else. And my friend Emma, who I knew from having children, she had children the same age as me, so I met her at a playgroup, although I actually met her years and years ago, but I forgot about that till the other day. But I properly met her at a playgroup. She posted something on Facebook one day saying that she'd started her own business and she was doing it from home around her children. So I thought, what's that then? So I messaged her and I said, what is it you do? It sounds really interesting. And she said, well, it's really hard to explain online, so come round for a coffee. I was like, okay, that's fine. She lives about half an hour away, but I was like, that's okay, because I'd like to see you anyway. So I drove all the way up, I think about two or 3 days later, and I sat down and she said to me, Danny, have you ever heard of network marketing? And I was, no, not really, no. And she said, okay. She goes, it's a great way to start your own business from nothing without any capital investment. And you grow your own business by recommending products to people that you like. I was like, okay, well, that sounds really easy. I recommend products anyway. Why not get paid for it? And she said, have you ever heard of Arbonne? I said, no. And she said, okay, it's a health and wellness business. and they do nutrition, makeup, shampoos, stuff like that. I was like, okay. I was like, let me get this straight. You want me to buy my products online, so it's going to save me time, from a company that provides Swiss, extreme value for money, great products, and then tell other people what I think. And she was like, yeah. I was like, I'm in. So I joined. I didn't really know how I was going to do it, but I was like, I can't say no to this. Like that would be daft. So I was all in. And then what happened was I didn't really know what I was doing, to be honest. And I think me and Emma, we kind of joined at the same time, and we both were a bit like, we don't quite know what we're doing. But we found our way. And so what I did, I decided to follow successful people that had done what I wanted. So I contacted people like my upline, Zoe Allen, and some of the girls in Stanford, and I just said, can I just come and just spend some time with you? When you do anything Arbonne related, just let me come along and just listen to how you talk about the business, how you talk about the products. And I picked up the most amazing tips. I learned how to use toner, where to put eye cream. I had no idea there was a technique to eye cream. I learned what primer was, all these things I just picked up along the way. And I definitely feel like I picked that up because I spent time with people that did what I wanted to do, as opposed to just reading a book. I probably could have read how to apply eye cream, but I think you pick up more just from spending time with people. So I did that. I kind of just bumbled my way through learning about what people were doing. And then I started to tell other people what I thought to the business opportunity, what I thought to the products, what I thought to the lifestyle that you get in network marketing. I was just sharing the lifestyle, saying, you know, with this business, you create an asset, which means that once it's built, once your business is built, it earns money, it generates money every single month without you having to work for that money, as opposed to a wage, which is where you swap your time and you get paid at the end of the month. You swap your time, you get paid. So I was trying to really explain that to my friends because I didn't really know what assets were. I didn't really have a clue. So I really explained that to a lot of people. I said, this is an asset and you have to think about your future. Where are you going to be in the next couple of years if the unpredictable happens to you? You hurt your back, you hurt your neck, you can't work. What are you going to do if the unpredictable happens to your parents, if they get ill and you need to care for them? If you have a child and something happens to them, basically, what are you going to do if the unpredictable happens and you cannot give up your time to earn money? What are your options? Have you got a plan B? And if they have, fantastic, brilliant, that's what you need. But if they didn't, I was saying, okay, so I can show you how to build this business that creates an asset. So if something does happen to you, you've got that income every single month coming from your asset. A bit like if you bought a house and rented it out and you got and someone paid rent for that every single month. You don't have to work for that rent to come in, that income to come in. This is what this business does. It produces income every single month that you don't have to work for once it's built, once you've built that company. So most people sort of got it, kind of grasped it, and they started as well. So my organisation started to grow and grow and grow. So that's kind of the story. So I've just written down a few bullet points of what I feel is really important. So number one I've written is goals, which are massive. Before I started this business, I wasn't really in the world of goals. I didn't really know much about goals. Why would we write things down? I didn't really understand. But I believe that a lot of my success and the people that I've followed in Arbonne, and even just successful people anyway, write goals down. They all write goals down because the way I see it, I'm a really visual person, and sometimes I need someone to really explain something to me in really simple terms for me to get it. What I've picked up with goals is if you tell your brain something like, for example, I want to be a district manager on this date, so say the end of September, so if that's the 30th or 31st of September, whatever the date is on the end of September, by telling your brain that goal, that specific goal, I need this many QVs, I'm going to be a district manager on this date at this time, by making it really specific, that thought goes into your subconscious, and your subconscious is a bit like a sat-nav system. And if you've programmed your subconscious to go a certain place, so like a sat-nav, you punched into the sat-nav, it will naturally gravitate you towards that goal, which sounds a bit la-di-da, but it actually does work. So every single goal I set my subconscious, I found my body naturally gravitated to doing that. So if I got up in the morning and I thought, oh, I've got to check my emails, or oh, I've got to reply to that person, whatever that might have been, I found that my body was pushing me to do it. Even if I was tired. If I was tired, I was a bit like, oh God, can I read another chapter of the book? My body literally pushed me to doing it. And I truly do believe that was from writing goals, and my brain just veered around that. And I had the goal to be a regional vice president within the year, and I had no idea how I was going to do that. I think 3 months prior to completing as a regional vice president, my business only turned over, I think, 20,000 points, maybe even less. So that is a big jump to go from 20,000 QVs and to then 3 months later do 53,000 QVs. It's a massive jump, but I told my brain that was what we were going to do. And my body just pulled me in that direction. And I found that I was naturally being pushed out of my comfort zone, saying yes to things like a puppet on a string. I was like, yes, 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 because that was my subconscious pulling me. So goals, I believe goals are ginormous. And your goal has to be really specific and really fine-tuned. It can't just be, I want to be in Hawaii in January. You have to say, I want to be a national vice president with this many points running through my business, and make it really specific, dates, times, everything. So goals are a really big thing, I believe. Okay, so next, I've put, okay, focus on your personal business turnover and teach everyone to do the same. So I've put together a few little bits for you guys to really understand how I visualize network marketing and building a business. And I've put it together as a plan to get to region before Vegas, to walk the stage in Vegas. So next month is August. So I've drawn out August here. Now that little house in the middle is your shop. That is your business. So that is your Arbonne business. And I have took photos of these as well, and I will post them afterwards. Now you have to think that your business, although it doesn't have a shop, it's not a hole in the ground, it doesn't have a front door, it is still a business. You're still a business owner, whether it's online, whether it's invisible, you are still a business owner. You own that business. So think that you are living in your little shop with your front door, with your little ding, 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 little doorbell thing. And your business has to turn through a certain amount of money each month, like any business does, because you are a legitimate business owner. So you do need to turn through money in your business. Now, the goal for us to maintain our central district is 2,500 QVs. And if you're new, or if you're relaunching your business, you might think that sounds like a lot. But if you aim for that, even if you don't quite reach it, still aim for it, because that's a really good place to aim for. Because ideally, you want your central district turning over 2,500 QVs, or even more. If you want to go for more, brilliant. But I've based it on 2,500. And if, like me, you've started your business and everyone's promoted out of your central district and you're left with no central district, you can still do it. So I've spent the past couple of months really working on my central district to build it up. So that's just the goal, 2,500. You can do that all by yourself. And how you turn over 2,500 points in your business is by recommending products, recommending nutrition, skincare, hair care. So many people want a personal one-to-one shopper. You would not believe the amount of people that want one-on-one attention. And we're all the same. When we're buying a car, we don't want somebody to say, what car should I get? And for them just to send us shed loads of paperwork and say, here, have a read through this. We want one-on-one attention. We want to say, this is what I want. I want these, I want this with it, this with this with it. And we want them to do their job and work out what we want, because they're the professional and we're just saying what we want, but we don't know how it all works because we're not the professional in that car industry. We want them to tell us. The same with holidays. If you want to book a holiday, we all know it's quite hard work going online, trying to work out what holiday we want, where we can go, and what dates, what flights. We just want someone just to do it for us. Just do it for us. This is when I want to go on holiday. I don't mind where it is, somewhere sunny, somewhere child friendly. Just do it for me. So many people want that personal service, and what you can offer is a personal service. So all you have to do in your business is to give people that personal service based on what they want. Ask them, what do they want? What are you most interested in? Nutrition, skincare, hair care, children's range, whatever it might be. Ask them what they want. Most people talk about their skin. They'll say, oh, well, do you know what? I've got really dry skin. I've got really oily skin. Or they might say, oh, my hair's quite greasy. Or I've got eczema. My little one's got eczema. I've got gut problems. I've got IBS. Whatever it is, they will tell you, as long as they trust you and they trust you're going to help them, let them tell you what it is, what their issues are, whether that's via message, via phone call, via meeting them for a drink. Let them tell you. And then because you use these products and because you're immersed in these products and you hear other stories from other consultants, you can guide them. That's your job, to guide them. So it's quite simple to turn through that in your business. You're just gradually picking up PCs and consultants And if you feel anxious about selling products, don't think of it as selling. Think of it as recommending. If somebody's recommending something to you, they're helping you. So as long as you think of it that way, I'm helping somebody, I'm offering somebody a great personal service, then you're going to attract more people to your business. The amount of people now that message me asking for skincare advice and nutrition advice, whereas the past year, I didn't even have a PC. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. But now so many people ask me because they trust me. They know that I've done my research. I know about these products. I know them inside out. And if I don't know, I can find out. So people like that. They like that one-to-one service. So I'll go back to this. So this is your business. So this is August. So next month, if your business turns through 2,500 QVs, you will be in DM Qual. So that's DM Qual with 2,500 QVs, and you've got one business in your fleet of businesses. One business. Right. Next month, September, you're going to introduce somebody else to start their business. So think of this as like a franchise. You're going to introduce somebody else to set up their business. Now, they might want to set up a business because they love the products, they love helping people, they might have big charity ideas and they really want to earn extra income to help their charity and their causes. They might want to start the business because they want to stay at home with their children. They might want to start the business because they get assets, they get extra income streams. Whatever the reason is, introduce them to your business. If they want to be a serious business builder, this is really important. If they just want the products, you do not start them off as a consultant. If they just want the products, they are a PC or a client. You don't want anybody in your business that's opening up shops and not doing anything with their shop. So they've got to be a serious business owner. So your business turns through 2,500 points and their business does the same. That's the goal. Again, if that's really unrealistic for somebody, that's fine. But this is just to give you an idea and a goal. So if your business does that and their business does that, you will complete district manager. In September, you'll turn through 5,000 points in your organisation, in your businesses. And there's 2 businesses in there in September, yours and theirs. So that's based on if you're new or if you haven't sponsored anybody yet. Obviously, if you have, you're well ahead of this anyway. So that's September. October, we're going for area qual. So what's happened now is there's the person you introduced in September and you launched their business and you got them started and you started teaching them what you know. And then you did the same for 2 other people. So now what's happened is you've got 4 businesses, 4 shops open in your organisation. One might be in Canada, one might be in Australia, one might be down the road, and there's yours. And everybody's working on their own business, turning over 2,500 points. Everybody's doing a little bit, just a little bit from everybody. But the great thing is, what everybody's doing is you get the points for the entire network. So you've now got 10,000 points running through your business in October. You've got 4 shops open. And so that's area qual. So area qual in October. Right, then we've got November, and we're going to complete area. We're going to complete it. How you're going to complete it is by introducing one more business. So now you've got 4 businesses directly attached to you. And that first person that you launched, that first business builder, has now introduced somebody else. They've duplicated you. They've done the same. Everybody's just doing their 2,500. That's it. So now you've got 15,000 points running through your business, and you've got 6 businesses open there. So 6 shops in your business. So you've completed area with 6 consultants in total, all just doing a little bit. And then I'm going to jump forward a little bit now. I'm going to go straight to March because I didn't want to do every single month because you're getting the gist. So in March, you can complete as a regional vice president by, there's yourself doing your 2,500. You've sponsored 4 people into the business. Now you can sponsor and introduce more than this. It doesn't have to be 4. But if you sponsor and help 4 people start their business and they all join 3 more people and everybody just turns through the 2,500 in their business, you'll turn through 42,500 QVs, and you will complete as a regional vice president with 17 business owners throughout your network. So everybody's an independent business owner. Everybody gets paid for what turns through their business and their network, and you'll be walking the stage as a regional vice president in April. So I've just written that down just to make that really, really clear. I can't read backwards though. Okay, so to walk the stage as a regional vice president, August 2,500, and then September 5,000. So that's for district manager. If you want to complete district manager over 2 months, you need 6,000 points. To complete in 3 months, you need 7,500. A district manager gets paid between 100 and 800 pounds a month. Now, for me, I was in district manager within 4 months, and I got paid. My first paycheck as a district manager was 500 pounds, and my last paycheck before I promoted again was 800 pounds. That was great. That was money dropping into my bank account. Lovely. Then you've got area manager. So in October, if your business turns through 10,000 points, and then November it turns through 14,000 points, you'll be an area manager. You need 24,000 points in 2 months or 30,000 points in 3 months to promote as an area manager. And the income there is between 800 and £2,500 a month. So for me, my first paycheck as an area manager was just over £1,000, and then my paycheck before I promoted again was £2,300 as an area manager. And then the last bit is regional vice president. You need 96,000 points over 2 months or 120,000 points over 3 months. So there I've just done it as January, February, March, doing 40,000 each. So that's with 16 businesses, 16 active businesses, and you'll be a regional vice president. And the income there is £2,500 to £10,000 a month, which is amazing. So that's based on 16 active businesses, all doing 2,500. If some people are doing less, then obviously you'll need more businesses that are open. But I hope that just gives you a general idea and a general sort of structure of how to get to region in the time that we've got between now and Vegas. So a few of the tips that I've got for getting to region is focus on your personal business turnover, like we've said. So focus on recommending those products and chatting to people about the products. Some people that you introduce to the products, so your PCs and clients, will probably decide to upgrade to become a consultant because they see how straightforward the actual business is and decide that that's what they want to do. Some people will join straight as a consultant. Some people will always stay as clients or prefer clients. And that's okay. There's something for everybody. Okay. Personal development, in my opinion, is absolutely essential. So when I first started this business, I'd never heard of personal development. I didn't really understand what it was. And I kind of was under the impression it was a bit brainwashed, wishy-washy. I wasn't quite sure. But actually, the first book that I read was The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. And I just couldn't believe how much sense it made. And I kind of thought, why have I never read this book before? So that was a really gentle introduction to personal development. So from there, I've read quite a lot of personal development books. But my top 2 favorites for a brand new consultant or somebody that's relaunching their business or somebody that's really serious about their business, this is more business focused, my top 2 are Dare to Dream and Work to Win by Dr. Tom Barrett. That book absolutely blew me away. I absolutely love it. I scribbled so many notes in that book because it made so much sense for a network marketing business. And what's really great about the book Dare to Dream, Work to Win is on the cover, it says that Dana Collins, who is a executive national vice president with Arbonne, gives that to every single one of her new consultants. So I thought, God, if it's good enough for Dana Collins, it's good enough for my team. So I've really tried to let my team know how great this book is by just telling them what I thought about it, because we're all great at word of mouth recommendations and what we honestly think. And I've asked them if somebody joins their business and sets up their own business to buy them that book as a gift. I really believe in this business we should be giving things. We should be learning to receive and learning to give. So when somebody has trusted you enough to start up their own business and you're going to help them get started to be an independent business owner, I don't think it's a lot to ask just to buy them a book to say thank you for trusting me to help you start your business. And that book is a fantastic gift because it just helps somebody that is just starting out in network marketing and just starting out in entrepreneurial thinking, and it touches on personal development, but it's not over the top. It's a really great book. So that's my top book. The second book that I absolutely love for new consultants or people just really getting their head back in the game is Robert Kiyosaki, Business of the 21st Century. It's here. So I did bring it down. This is fantastic for somebody just starting network marketing. It just sort of touches on everything you'd need to know. But the really great thing about it is it goes into how we are coming out of the industrial age and going into the information age. So I won't bombard you with loads of information because the book explains it all. But basically, in the past 500 years, what we were all brought up to do was work for 40 years. So we go to school, learn to get a job for 40 years, do that job for 40 years, and then retire. And that's probably what a lot of us still think, and what a lot of our older generations still think is the norm, but it's not the norm anymore, because pensions are becoming obsolete. We're not going to have any government help in terms of our pensions as we get older. Jobs are dwindling down because of the way the internet's going, because of the way the information age is going. Things are changing. So we are having a revolution. Slowly, we're having that revolution. We're going into the information age. So you really need to understand why network marketing is the business of the 21st century, because it will help you talk about your business to other people that don't know that their mindset is in the industrial age, yet we're moving to the information age. So that is really great for that. There are millions of other books I love, but those are my top 2 favorite books. Okay, so the next top tip I've wrote down is circles always get filled. So draw circles. So what I mean by that is draw out your network. So this is mine on my wall, and draw circles so that you can fill those circles in. Because if you draw circles where you want your business builders to be, whether they're direct to you or whether they're spread out in your network, they will get filled. So draw those circles. That's what I did when I first started this business. I went to Focus Do It All. I stole loads of wallpaper because it's free if you just rip it off and you don't take the mick. I stuck it on my wall with blue tack, and I just drew myself in the middle, and then I drew different lines coming off myself like a spider diagram, and I put circles. And Ian was like, what the hell are you doing? I was like, you see those circles? He was like, yeah. I was like, they're going to get filled with really serious business builders, and my team's going to explode. And he was like, yeah, all right then. But it did. And he couldn't believe it. As I was starting to fill the names in, literally every single night, there'd be someone announcing on my phone that they'd joined the business. So I'd get up, I'd fill the name in and the date they started. And I was like, look, Ian, look. And towards this happening for a few months, he was like, yeah, all right then. And now he's got his own in our bedroom. So mine's come down from the bedroom, and now it's in my office, which is the dining room. And he's got his own up in the bedroom with circles on, ready to be filled in. So for some reason, I don't know whether it's the law of attraction, but it works. Circles work. They're all there. And then slowly you start to fill them in. It just draws something in. So circles, sounds bonkers, doesn't it? But it does work. Okay, workspace. Make sure you've got a clear workspace. So if you are doing your business and you're really chaotic, you're working on your bed, you're working on the sofa, you've got books here, there, and everywhere. If it's chaos in your house, your business is going to feel that, and you're going to have chaos in your business. So really try and find somewhere in your house where you can have a workspace. And if you don't have an office, so I didn't have an office, I got a free little desk. In fact, no, actually, I found it in the garage, actually. But if you can, get a desk off somebody or something, and set up a space that just gives you clarity. It's just nice and clear. So in my office, my makeshift office, I've got, well, I'll show you actually. So I've got my network on my stolen wallpaper. I've got my whiteboard that I fill out every single week, what I'm doing on those dates. I've got my calendar, if you see the calendar up there, what's happening with region trainings. I've got my to-do list, I've got books, I've got folders. So everything's really clear. So when I'm in work mode and I know I'm going to dedicate an hour to my business, my children are in bed, I've got 1 hour to dedicate to my business, I've got everything to hand. I'm not rushing to the bedroom and rushing here and rushing there, which is what I did do in the beginning of this business. So try and find some sort of workspace if you can. I know that that's not always easy, but if you can, it really does help. I got that from a book as well, actually. That was from the Compound Effect, that tip. Okay, so don't think that your warm market will be the ones that take you seriously. Don't rely on your warm market, because it's usually your warm market that don't want to know until you've got that car. But trust me, when you get that car, they do come back. So don't worry if it's the people that you know that say no to this business, because what you need to do is you need to learn the skills to talk about the products and the business to people that you meet along the way. The amount of people that you meet every single day, especially along the way, is unbelievable. So I was on the phone today sorting out my car insurance to swap it from the Fiesta to the Mercedes, and the guy on the phone said, wow, you've gone for it, that's a big change. And I was like, yeah, it's from my business. I started this business a year ago, doing network marketing, and once you get to a certain level of promotion, they pay for you to drive this white Mercedes. Amazing. And he went, oh right, okay, network marketing, yeah, I've heard of that, my friend's partner does that. And I got the impression he didn't take it seriously. So I started chatting to him about it. And then he was like, yeah, I didn't really think it was much. And I said, this is ginormous. I said, you need to go back to that girl and you need to get her to explain that to you. And by the end of the phone call, he was like, oh my God, yeah, okay. So it's the people that you come across, so the people you meet on aeroplanes, at train stations, on the bus, people that you meet at a barbecue, the amount of barbecues that you get invited to. Step out your comfort zone and just start talking to the people. It's so easy. All you have to do is ask them what they do and show an interest in them. And naturally, they will then ask you what you do. And if they don't, then they're a really rude person, so don't worry about it. But most people will say, what do you do? Okay, so someone says to me, what do you do? I say, oh, well, I used to work in a really busy optician. Loved it, loved working in opticians. When I had my second daughter, because of the medical complications that she had, it meant I had to leave my career for 7 years, which obviously, as you can imagine, was really hard. However, I actually found network marketing. My friend did it, and it was something that I'd never heard of. I never thought I'd even be involved with something like network marketing in a health and wellness industry. However, it's recommending amazing, Swiss, exclusive, fantastic products that are all online. And now what I do is I recommend them to people that want to use the best of the best, and I get to teach people how to build a 6-figure income around their main commitments, around their full-time job, around their children. Oh, we have so much fun. It's brilliant. Most people are like, what do you do? So then what I would say is I'd say, oh, well, do you know what? I haven't really got time to go into it in detail here, but if you give me an email address or your phone number, I'll send you a message or give you a ring tomorrow or the day after. So all you have to do is work through your 60-second story. And if you haven't done your 60-second story, you need to do it. Your 60-second story is talking about this business in 60 seconds that gets somebody interested. And there is a great training on your 60-second story on SoundCloud by Tamlin Platts. And she gives you the whole structure to how to do your own 60-second stories. That's another really big tip. Okay, if you don't believe in yourself, borrow somebody else's story and talk about them. So if you're new, or if you have been doing this a while but you're feeling really demotivated and somebody says to you, what do you earn, or how far have you come in your business, something like that, and you just don't believe in yourself, you don't feel like you can say, well, at the minute I'm not earning anything, but I've just started my business, and as you know, most businesses do take a couple of years to reach that profit system. However, this is my business plan, and this is where I'm going, and this is the month I'm going to be earning £4,000 a month. If you don't feel confident enough to do that, that's fine, but use somebody else's story. So you could say, okay, well, at the minute, I'm still really new with my business and still really finding my feet. However, my friend, she joined, or he joined at this point, and this is where they are, and this is where, and so just use somebody else's story if you don't feel confident with yourself. Okay, force discomfort upon yourself. So even if you feel really uneasy, just get yourself out there. Think about your why are you doing this? If it doesn't feel uncomfortable, it's probably not worth doing, because that's well within your comfort zone. So it needs to feel really uncomfortable. Force that discomfort upon yourself. Know that every successful person has been riled numerous times by loved ones or friends. People that are close to you, whether they're your family or your friends, will probably not understand what you're doing, why you're doing it, and network marketing, because they don't know about this industry. That's not their fault, okay? That's not their fault that they are trying to protect you by telling you not to do it, basically. Or if they do kind of understand it and they're just being a bit of a pain, they're probably doing it because of self-defense. So what you're doing by saying to your family or your friends, I'm going to do this, I'm going to earn £4,000 a month, I'm going to retire my partner, blah, 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 that's great. You can tell me all day long, I will be rooting for you as your cheerleader. But if you tell somebody that has lost sight of their dream, they're going to get defensive, because what you're doing is you're reminding them about what they don't have. So how I used to really program myself to think about this was I've got 2 daughters and I love them so much. I really love them so much. But some days they drive me insane. And I just want to, like, oh God. And I just want to put the TV on and say, just watch the TV. And I feel like a terrible parent. But it doesn't help when I go on Facebook and I see people that I know posting pictures of them and their children saying, I've had an amazing day, my children never irritate me, they're perfect, we've been to the park, we've been swimming, we've done this. And that's absolutely fantastic that they have. I will not take that away from them. But it reminds me of what a terrible mum I've been today. So it's not their fault, but that makes me jealous. I'm like, oh God, oh, wow. And I'll start making excuses. Well, they must have a better husband, or they must have a cleaner, they must have a nanny, whatever it is. However, it makes me sympathise with why people feel the way they do about our business, because we are reminding them about something that they've lost sight of. And most people have lost sight of their dreams. They do not believe for a second that they can retire in their 30s and their partner can retire and they can go on holidays every 3 months. They do not believe that that is possible for them. So because it's becoming possible for you, and because you're doing that, they're going to get self-defensive and they're going to start picking fault at whatever they can find. Now, the best way that I can tell you to deal with this is to not rise to it. However, I know that's easy to say. There's been times where I've got so angry and I've cried, but really don't rile to it. Don't post anything on Facebook about it. Don't badmouth them. Just try and love them for where they're at, and just remember that when they are 75 and still working, you'll have retired for the past 30 years anyway. So honestly, don't worry about it if you can help it. Okay, so you are the average of the 5 people that you spend most of your time with. So be really, really picky about who you spend most of your time with, because half the people, or some people that you spend time with, will be what Jack Canfield, who wrote the Success Principles, calls anchors like a boat, and they'll pull you down. So they'll drain you of your positivity, they'll drain you of your energy, and you just don't want many anchors in your life. And if an anchor is in your life, it's someone you can't really get away with because you're married to them, or because it's your father, or whoever it may be, just try and limit your time you spend with anchors, because it will drain you, and you don't want to spend too much time with people like that. Some people will be motors in your life. So motors, people that gear you up, people, we've all got them, people that are friends in our life that don't want to do Arbonne. They might not even want to use the products, but they love hearing about your success. They're like, wow, I've got friends, Danny, what have you been doing? Like, I see everything on Facebook, it's amazing. Like, well done for doing this. And they don't use the products and they don't do Arbonne. They've chosen not to. But these people commend me and they cheerlead me. And I want to spend more time with these people. I'm like, yeah. And I like to think I'm the same to my friends. If my friends turned around and said, oh, I've joined a network marketing company, but it was with a different company to Arbonne, I'd be cheering them on. I'd be like, do you know what? If you want any advice in network marketing, you let me know. You're going to go for it. And I'd love to think that anything my friends or family do, I'm going to be a motor in their life. I'm not going to be an anchor. So the 5 people that you spend most of your time with, you're going to probably be the average of those 5 people. So make sure those 5 people are 5 people that you want to be more like, that you look up to, that influence you, that you know, they don't drain you, they build you up. So those 5 people, really think carefully about who you're spending your time with. Okay, so something else I've wrote down is you are a personal one-to-one advisor for people, and everybody wants that personal one-to-one consultant advice. So if somebody is buying skincare or based on your recommendation, one of the reasons why they will choose to purchase through yourself is because of that one-to-one advice you've given you, as opposed to if they go to the shop and they say go to one of the drugstores or the supermarket and they pick that face care product off the shelf. It might only cost a couple of pounds, but they've picked it up off the shelf. So already it's probably got a shelf preservative in, it's probably been there 7 years. They've put it in their basket or their trolley and they've gone to the till. The person that scans that skincare product through the till could not probably care less if that skincare product worked for that person. They're probably not going to offer them a 45-day money-back guarantee or follow-up phone call to see how they get on. They're probably not going to show them how to use the product. They're probably not going to offer them anything if they were to tell their friends about the product. Whereas you will. You are a consultant that is going to help show that person how to use these products, especially the nutrition. Everybody needs help using the nutrition. You're going to be able to do that. You're going to give them that one-to-one service. So make sure you really know how valuable you are. So many people want what you have. They probably just don't realize that you have something that they want, which is that personal one-to-one service. So learn from the people that have what you want. So we've gone through that. Question them. Don't feel like you can't ask really successful people how they did it as well. So if you go to AAC and you come across a national vice president or regional vice president, or even a digital manager, area manager, whoever it is, if it's somebody that you really admire and respect, don't feel like you can't ask them how they did it. People love talking about themselves. They love it. Just go and ask them. Just say, what did you do? What was your favorite book? What was your favorite CD? What was your funniest moment? Like anything, just ask them. Don't feel like you can't. They're the same as you. They're as good as what you are. So go and ask them what they did. And then make sure that when you get to that level and people ask you, that you're willing to talk to them as well, which I'm sure you will be. Remember, social media is your brand and people are attracted to fun, happy people. Money isn't enough of a motivator. So if you are talking quite frequently about money being a really big thing about your business, you'll probably find a lot of people aren't really that fussed about money as much as what you think. Obviously, money is a big thing, but it's not the biggest thing. Most of the people that I speak to that have said why they joined Arbonne, they said was because of the positiveness of surrounding yourself around fun, happy people, having something really fun to do that did generate an income as well. But most people say it's the fun and the happiness that draws them to it. So a lot of people I asked in my team, what made you contact me about joining this business? They'll say, because I saw on Facebook how much fun you were having. You were going out and you were doing this, and you were meeting these, and people were having fun. So make sure that if you're going to use social media to to talk about your business, that a lot of it does revolve around the fun that you have. And if you're not having fun in your business, then make sure from now you do have fun. You meet up with your team, you meet up with your side teams, you do fun things, you plaster yourself in the mud mask and take a photo, especially if you're a lad, that's hilarious. Do these really fun things, because people are really drawn to fun people. People want to spend time with fun people. And if they get to spend time with fun people and have fun and make money, it's like win, 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 win. Bursts of 90 days are huge. So Eric Worre did a 90-day training where he talked about in your first 30 days of when you set your goal. So if you set your goal from now in the next 90 days to be an area manager, he sets a plan where your first 30 days is finding your feet, working out what you want to be doing. Then the next the next 30 days, the middle 30 days, the middle month, is really going for that momentum. And then the last 30 days is full speed ahead, nothing stopping me now. I'm not quite sure where that is at the minute, but I've done these 90-day stints a couple of times when I've gone for a couple of promotions, and they really do work. They really do. So I'll try and find that and I'll repost that, because it's Eric Worre. I think it's called 90 Days, but it is really, really good, really good. So I'll try and repost that, because it just gives you a structure of how to do your business in how to give it your all for 90 days, and then you relax for a couple of months, and you give it your all for 90 days. So they're really good for when you're going for a promotion. Okay, keep your social networks open. So Facebook is great for this. People love talking to people. People love making new friendships. So another thing that I did was I made a lot of new friendships through Facebook groups. There were so many Facebook groups, like you can just type in anything that's like what you are. So for me, I'm a breastfeeding peer support worker. So I would type in groups that I could offer that service on. So I can offer volunteer breastfeeding peer support work. So I joined those groups and I made new friendships with them. Now, some people on those groups were just friendships, nothing else developed out of it, which is absolutely fine. I love making new friends anyway. And those people that didn't want to do the business but really liked my advice on it told their friends that they knew somebody that did this business, and sort of told them in their terms. So it opens up networks. Another one I did was pole dancing groups, because I did pole fitness for a bit. I joined some that are like personal development groups. I joined the Rotary Club groups. Think things like that. Think groups that are similar to you, that you can make new friendships on without pushing your business. So don't join these groups and go straight on and tell everyone about your business. Just join them to make new friendships, and you'll find the people you connect with, and they will naturally ask you what you do once you've asked them what they do. And some people probably won't be that interested in your business. That's absolutely fine. You've made a new friendship out of it. But some people will be interested, if not for themselves, for people they know. Because the amount of people I've had message me that weren't interested in the products of the business, but have come back to me and said, "Oh, Danny, do you do any of those products for eczema? Because my friend's little boy has got eczema." So it's not just the people that you speak to, it's the people that they then go on to tell. So Facebook groups are a really good one. And even better if you can get into groups, face-to-face groups. So a lady in my network, who's probably on now, so I won't embarrass her, joined a single mums group to open up her network. So it's just opening up those networks and meeting new people and making new friendships. People love making new friends, especially people on Facebook. They love chatting to people, especially later on in the afternoon, in the evening. People are just on Facebook looking for something to do because they're bored. So just get chatting to them. And worst case, you've made a new friend. It's not bad, is it? Right, so scheduling time once a week to speak one-to-one with your directs or leaders. This is something that I didn't do, that I've now implemented, that I wish I'd done at the beginning. So your directs, so the people that join your business and set up their own business, whether that's globally or down the road from you, they are massively important to you, especially if they're taking their business seriously. If they want their business to work as much as you want your business to work, you need to be spending one-on-one time with them. Even if it's a 20-minute Zoom call once a week, or a 20-minute phone call once a week, you need them to know that they are incredibly special to you, because their shop is attached to your shop, and you want to know that their shop is duplicating what your shop's doing, and you won't know unless you're talking to them. And if you talk to them in a group, they're probably not going to tell you everything that's going on, because they don't feel like they want to overpower the group. They might not want to share. So you need to make sure you're giving your direct consultants or the leaders in your team that one-on-one time. Just spare 20 minutes a week just talking to your directs and team. Just ask them, how's your week been? How you feeling? What's your plan? What's your goal? How's your goal going that you set last week? Just spending that little bit of time talking to them. Everyone wants to feel special, and everyone wants one-on-one time. And also, what you do will duplicate through your team. So if you, say, have 4 shops, 4 businesses linked to you, one in Canada, one in Australia, one down the road, and one in the next city, whatever you do with those people, with those business owners, they will then do with their business owners. So as long as you do what you want to be duplicated down the team in 10 years time, make sure that you're doing it and not just telling other people what to do. Make sure you're doing it, because people will copy what you do. Allow key players in your team to be creative. So if somebody's got a wacky idea in your team, don't shut them off. Even if you think, oh my God, they're bonkers, listen to them. And if it's an idea that is absolutely insane, see if you can take bits from it and just talk to them about it. Say, you know what, I love this about this, however I'm going to tweak this. But you want people in your business and your network that are better than you. You want to sponsor people that are better than you, people that are better at technology, people that are better at creative ideas, people that are better than you in so many different ways, because that's going to mean that you've got an amazing organization. And then tell your new business owners that you're going to give them 100% of you, and all you ask for in return is 100% honesty and commitment from them. Okay, and then the last little bit, I know we're starting to go over time, is what it's like to be an RVP. So it's great to be a regional vice president. It really is great. When you drive that car, I know some people think, well, what's so great about the car? It's just a car. You have an invisible business. Your business is not visible to anybody unless they look on your website, on your Arbonne website. That's pretty much all you've got to base your business on. So when you get that car, it isn't just the car, it's what it represents. That car is a 20, 40, 60,000 pound car that represents your online business and success. It represents the success of you and your team. So you really, really need to get the car. If not for yourself, if you're not too fussed about the car, get it for your team, because when you drive to your team's house, they will love seeing the evidence right in front of them, and it will remind them about why they're doing this. It'll keep them motivated. And also when their friends see it as well, it will show them this works, this is real. I'm not making this up, this is real. Normal people get recognized in this way, and it will help your team. So make sure that you do get the car. You really, really need to get the car, because it feels great as well. It's got 6 gears in mine as well. It's crazy. It feels great to be a regional vice president because you feel like you've really achieved something enormous. So for me and for you guys, when you get to region, your business will be turning over between 40 and 60,000 pounds a month. That is massive. That's massive for a business owner, for yourself, just a business owner that works from home. To have that kind of turnover in your business is huge. So if somebody doesn't take your business seriously and you say, well, my business turned over 60,000 pounds last month and I work from home and I work 4 hours a week, what about you? That's going to really validate your business. And another thing as well, VP Retreat. VP Retreat is fantastic. They just recognise and spoil you so much. Tiffany Jewellery, we had the most amazing food. They gave us training with celebrity vocalists. They just completely and utterly lavish you in gifts, and they really make you feel massively recognised. So everybody needs to be at VP Retreat next year, because you just feel so lucky. You're just like, wow, only such a tiny percent of the population even know about Arbonne, and I do, and I get to live it and breathe it. So it's amazing. So you need to be at VP Retreat. I think that was probably about everything that I had on my list, but I hope that kind of gives some of you a little bit of structure of how you can go to growing your business and getting to be a regional vice president. And I hope I've given you a few little tips. Some of the things that I've probably said, you might think, no, that's not for me, but I hope that there's been some sort of golden nuggets that you can take away. So this has been recorded. I will post it. I hope I've not spoke too fast for anybody. If anyone wants to ask me any questions, I am doing a Zoom after this. But if anyone wants to ask me any questions, just send me a message. And when I can, I do reply to my messages. Sometimes it takes me a couple of days to reply to my messages, but I do reply to them. And I welcome any questions people have. I welcome any suggestions people have. I love creative people. So anything that you want to know from anybody, just ask them. And I'm so excited to see what this does, especially in England, in the UK. I'm so excited to see how many people are going to be popping out as regional vice presidents in the next year, because we've barely even got started in the United Kingdom. I am number 49 regional vice president. So I'm the newest regional vice president, number 49. 49, that's it. So everybody on this call now is going to be in the top 100 regional vice presidents, top 100 first regional vice president in the United Kingdom. How exciting does that feel? Make sure that's on your affirmations and on your goal list. I'm going to be in the top 100 first regional vice presidents in the United Kingdom, because in the next few years, there's going to be thousands and thousands and thousands, like there is in America. You guys are going to be in the top 100 That is so exciting. So make sure you keep going for it. You keep working your business every single day. Keep doing things that will help your business, reading books, listening to CDs, and keep going for it and going for it, and just soak up information from anywhere that you can. So I say good evening to everybody, and I hope that helps some of you. Bye, everyone.